Hello everyone, welcome to another coaching session. I am here with Black Tea Party. He is a 1600 level player. He says he would like to improve on his strategy making, less so than actual builds. He is playing as the Byzantines. Ooh, interesting. His opponent this game is TKMJ, playing as the Persians. He is a 1750 level player, and we are playing on Arabia. So I am in push to talk, and that everything that I say will be conferred to our players. And let's get this started. So the matchup is Byzantines versus Persians. What do you think of that matchup?
Yeah, Persians are cavalrysive, I think.
Yes.
And I have cheap helps.
You also have cheap camels.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be 6 on sheep and 3 or 4 on wood.
Alright.
Make sure to rally point your town center to the wood line you have.
I need more on sheep.
No, you have 6 on sheep. You won't be able to fit a 7th on there. Now, what are you thinking as far as feudal age goes?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to drush.
Well, you can't go scout rush because you don't get bloodlines. I'll give you three.
I could go archers in feudal, I think.
Okay, I'll give you 3 options. You could do drush archers, you could do a fast castle, or you can do a forward.
Yeah, I think I'm going to drush archers.
Okay. Do you think you can protect your gold in case he scout rushes your gold?
I think so, yeah.
Block the boar with one of these sheep. Oh! Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, never mind.
That was partially my fault. I think it could have gotten away without the sheep.
That's fine. That's fine.
Make sure your town center is always working. Now you found all your sheep. Let's go find his base. There's nothing else to look at in our base. Now, what I'd be looking for... Go scout his base. What I'd be looking for is... are you familiar with the Byzantine forward?
Not really.
Okay, so the Byzantines... a forward is when you build forward military buildings, and usually go scout spears and skirmishers. And usually force your opponent to do the same. You can see what kind of advantage that would give the Byzantines. If you're both making spears and skirmishers. Make sure your town center is working. You're going to need to get loom and build a house. There you go. Let's see, gold, stone, gold, gold on the right side. Oh, this is a good map for a forward.
Yeah, I didn't find my second boar.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should have found that. Oh, you have found your second boar. I can see it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. You can ask a question in the chat. I can add you to TeamSpeak next game. You can take the boar villagers and put them on that dead sheep. What have you found about his map? You found something very important.
Forward gold.
How many of them? Boar, 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 boar. Oh, Jesus. Make sure your town center is always working. You might want to get loom. Okay. Keep your scout moving as well. Oh, this is gonna be close.
Oh my god, no.
It took a downhill hit. Oh my gosh. Do you have any lag?
Yes, unfortunately.
Oh, if you have lag, always get loom first. I can't
Yeah,
tell.
alright.
Three bills down. Yeah, try not to pull out your hair. Okay, we're gonna go up with 20 population.
Okay.
Keep scouting around his base. He's gonna kill your scout if you keep following his scout. Make sure your town center is always working. Now, TKMJ should have been up to the next stage much sooner. Alright, let's click up to the next age. Send these idols to some of your straggler trees. You can build a second lumber camp and start to take that sheep. Now, do not build any more farms.
Yeah, alright.
Now, what have you noticed about his base? Look at it one more time.
He's taking beer.
Well, look at his golds and stone distribution.
Yeah, both are forward.
You have 3 golds and 2 stones forward. So that's a good idea to go for a forward. Would you like to do that?
Yes.
Okay, send
Yeah,
4
actually,
villagers. Send 4 villagers towards that area. The other 2 can go to wood.
I stole 3 of his sheep, I think. Or 2.
Send the 4 villagers forward.
Yeah, alright.
We're going to build a forward barracks and an archery range.
He's not taking any gold.
That's okay. He won't want to take gold if you're going for this this rush.
What to do with the 3 sheep that I have under my town center? I
Don't worry about it. Look at your food count right now. It's super high.
Yeah, alright.
So we're just gonna prioritize wood for now. Let's get our wood upgrade. Don't even worry about the food upgrade for the farms. We don't need it. Let's put down a barracks right about now. Just put down that barracks right there. There we go, and once that is done, we'll build an archery range. So we're going to basically spam the hell out of spearmen and skirmishers, and try to keep him off of his woods, try to keep him off of his golds. If we have more army than him this game, then we should be able to prevent him from taking gold, and by that way we'll win the game. So start making
gold.
No, don't take any gold. We're going to go spears and skirmishers. That's your civ bonus. So start spear production, and once the archery range is up, we'll start skirmisher production. Keep adding villagers to wood. Good, start skirmisher production.
What to do with the forward wheels?
Let's build, well, we're gonna need houses with them. You build a house for now. And let's scout out what kind of military building he's putting up right now. The gold's gonna be the main target.
Can I put down a lumber camp?
No, put down a second archery range. We are eventually gonna put these villagers on stone.
Okay.
You can bring that sheep in. Make sure your town center is always working. And you can send these villagers to take the sheep now from the town center. Let's go forward with our spears and skirmishers. We can stop making spears, just make skirmishers from both ranges. Bring the villagers forward too, keep building houses. You're gonna notice you're gonna get housed very quickly here.
Yeah, alright.
We can go to the wood or the gold.
I'm going gold.
Okay. Make sure you have some good army control with them. You might want to put them on defensive so they don't run into the town center. Keep adding those skirmishes. Bring your skirmishers in with your main army. Okay, it looks like he has no military in that area. Let's put a tower on the gold. You can put it next to the mining camp. And in fact, maybe you can even take them off of a few farms. There we go. Bring the 4 villagers to build a tower. You can build a house at home. And we can start to seed up a few farms now, and build a blacksmith as well. Now would be a good time for that horse collar upgrade. Good, you're doing great. You have much more military than him. Let's put the tower next to his mining camp so we can take him off of a few farms too. Good, we have the gold. Right next to the mining camp. You can touch the mining camp. Good. Make sure your army is defending it, because he could rush it down. Let's build a bunch of farms and a blacksmith. And we can also rebuild your first lumber camp. Yeah, we could surround the town center with farms. You can take a few wood villagers off as well to build those farms. Good. Let's go to his lumber line with the skirmishers. Make sure he's still building skirmishers. There you go. You can run the villagers now. Let's not lose too much health on them. The new skirmishers, you can actually send your scout to kill those skirmishers. The scout will take out quite a few skirmishers. And let's get a blacksmith up. Keep seeding farms. We're going to surround the mill and the town center. Good. Keep seeding farms, and let's get a blacksmith. Good. Looking good so far. Well, already we've taken away his golds and his stones. And they are really weak, but we can mass them up. We can get 30 to 40 skirmishers. 40 skirmishers will one-shot a villager, of course. Or 20 will two-shot them. The point...
I'll run under the town center.
It's okay. Just keep adding units. They're so cheap for you. Just keep adding them. We can send 2 of those stone miners and build a tower next to his blacksmith to take him off a few farms.
Where?
Next to his blacksmith, we'll take him off of a few farms. Let's get that blacksmith. Let's get fletching and padded archer armor.
Yeah, good.
And you can add a few more spears. You see he's gone up with a stable. He might make a knight or 2. So we need a few spears.
What I'm supposed to do next to his blacksmith?
A tower. You see him making a run for it. Let's go get him. He's making a run for it. The village is on the top.
Okay.
Keep adding farms. You have 1,000 wood. It'd be a good time for a market. And you can add a few villagers to gold. Take some villagers off of wood. We have way too much wood. He's missed the villagers moving out. This is a big deal.
Did he go to the upper right corner?
Yeah, he went past your line of sight. After the tower's done, we can add some houses. Take some of these villagers off of wood. You can start to mine gold and add even more farms. Oh, there's the GG. So let's add him into the TeamSpeak channel and we can discuss what happened this game.
User joined your channel.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man.
So Black Tea Party, what happened this game? What do you think was the strength and weakness of this game?
Yeah, basically, I think I used the cheap units from Byzantines and spammed you.
Yeah, worked pretty well, didn't it? What are some things you think you could have done better? What are some things that you did well?
Oh, yeah, I should have taken Loom because I have quite a bit of lag, so I wouldn't lose the wheels to the boar.
Now, this strategy works best when there's forward golds and stones. This strategy could have fell apart if he had a nice lumber line and was able to take a lot of wood and that kind of stuff. And if he had a nice gold,
he could have gone up to the castle age and spammed with knights. I think he's persons, right?
Yeah.
Does he get the bonus against skirms also?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So one of the things that we could work on to try to make this strategy even stronger, this is a really good strategy with Byzantines. You can also do it with other civs like Huns or other civs with good early games. So it's not just the Byzantine strategy, although it works best for them. One thing you could do better to try to improve it is you could have those 3 villages early on, and you can go forward a lot sooner. As soon as you hit the feudal age, you want to go forward with your villagers, and your barracks should be up by the time you hit feudal age. That way you can drop down 2 archery ranges straight away.
Alright. Yeah, and I think also I had too many villagers in the booth.
Yeah, eventually. Make sure your first lumber camp was 2 tiles off of the wood also. It should be right on the wood. And the basic build for this strategy is you're going to want to put 4 villagers on wood early on.
4?
Yeah, you're going to want, for a forward build, you're going to want 4 on wood early on. Also, if you wanted to do a drush, you'd also want 4 on wood. So it's basically going to be 4 on wood anytime you're playing Byzantines.
Yeah, good. Alright.
TKMJ, what do you think were some strengths and weaknesses of your game?
I think I probably had like the worst lumber ever.
You did, yeah. But you didn't do too much to defend it either.
Yeah. It's kind of like I messed up my build over and kind of winners.
What was your first strategy?
I was gonna drush. That was my plan.
Now, why did you want to drush?
Drush fast castle into crossbows.
Do you think that's a good strategy for your map?
No, I mean that was after I changed it after I kind of found that I had no wood.
Well, your first strategy with Persians is always going to be a scout rush. Well, for the most part, it's going to be a scout rush. That's if your map is, has bad golds, has bad woods, you don't think you can fast castle it. Scout rush does a good job of trying to secure the map early and let you have access to your woods and golds in case he makes army. Now, if your map is...
Persians don't get very good archers, right?
They don't, but it can work if you want to go into, feudal castle age if you need to. So that's a situational thing. Now,
I mean the reason I didn't kind of think because he was Byzantines and gets cheap spearmen, which is really why I didn't think of scout rush.
Well, with it's not just this civilization. With any civilization, we would have gone with a feudal rush, and if you could have a lot of trouble going fast castle against a feudal rush with your map. You have to realize that your map is pretty bad. Your golds are going to be hit early on. Your woods are going to be hit early on. You have to make some sort of army early on, and a fast castle is just not going to work.
Okay.
So you could have gone into a scout rush. Now, if you saw him forwarding you, you really don't want to make scouts. If your stable isn't already up, I would switch it up, go into skirmishers yourself. which you eventually did, but you have to match him with two archery ranges.
Okay.
Yeah, and then maybe even take a bit of stone if you have access to it. So that's the biggest thing for this game. If you see your resources, I said early on in the game, you have 3 forward golds, 2 forward stones, and a bad wood line. You have to not be able to go for a fast castle in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, that was quite a bad map for him.
Yeah. Alright, let's play another game.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.